Hi, this is Yoga with Donna Cavanough, and we're going to begin laying down. Have a blanket handy. You never know when you need a bit of comfort. We'll put the feet on the floor so that your feet are hip width and parallel and your legs are bent. Mm. And hands onto the belly and paying attention to the breath. And as you breathe out now, press your lower back into the floor. And as you breathe in, lift your lower back away from the floor. And notice the movement of the abdomen, the belly hollowing on the exhalation, expanding on the inhalation, so that we massage the organs of the belly. Massaging with the breath. Great. And then bring the legs straight up from your hips, the vertical legs, and press your lower back into the floor. As you press your back, you'll feel the front core of the body supporting. So switching on, good. And we're going to drop the legs a little towards the floor so that the core has to work even harder, but keep your back pressing. Good, you can relax your arms now onto the floor beside you. Good, and we'll drop the legs a little bit more, but press your lower back. Lifting pelvic floor, squeezing belly. Good, drop the legs a little bit more. And a little bit more. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest and rock a little from side to side, relaxing the abdomen now. And let's go again with the legs straight up. Good, press your lower back and drop the legs away from vertical. Pressing lower back, squeezing the front core of the body. Good, and this time we're going to draw a circle with the toes. So you're going to press your lower back and try to make that work. Be in the core of the body. Ooh, not so much that throat. Other direction. Good, and then hug your knees into your chest and relax your back and your belly and rocking a little bit from side to side. Nice. Put your feet back on the floor. We'll relax the core now. And with the breath, as you inhale, take your arms overhead. And as you exhale, bring your arms back by your side. Good. And then relaxing your arms beside you, focusing on the flow of your breath. On your next inhalation, we're going to lift the spine up off the floor. And as you exhale, lowering the spine to the floor. Use this as an opportunity, so we're going to keep going, to move each joint of your spine. So as you're lifting up and down, articulating the joints of your spine. Mm. One more. Beautiful. Roll over to your right side and come up to sitting. Good. Now, if you're comfortable kneeling, take a kneeling position. Otherwise, sitting up on a blanket, use your blanket, and cross your legs or legs out straight. And if you're kneeling, try and kneel with your feet parallel to each other. Mm-hmm. So that forward and back movement of the spine, we were just doing a little bit of that, lifting the hips up and down. But this time we're going to wave the spine. And if you haven't tried this movement before, it can feel very awkward. And again, what we're trying to do is articulate the joint in the forward and back movement. And the other direction. Great. And then from sitting, we're going to lean over to the right side. Put your right hand down to support and try to open the left side of the body, turning the heart to shine upward, and bring your left arm by your left ear. Finding the flow of breath and feeling the side body open. Good. And then coming up, and let's go to the left side. So we're opening the right side of the body now, shining the heart upward, finding the flow of your breath. And inhale. And coming up. Mm-hmm. Good. And then all fours. Stretching your fingers out wide, even spaces. Press your fingerprints, base of your index fingers. Arching your spine down and arching your spine up. Enjoying the movement of your spine between each bone. Tucking your toes under. Downward facing dog pose. Mm. Pressing your heels, lifting kneecaps, quadriceps, hip bones. Feeling the flow of breath. We're going to sway the hips from side to side so you can feel the opening of the side body again. And then coming into child's pose, folding the arms back beside you. Relaxing shoulders, lower back. Reach the arms forward in forward virasana. Come back up into downward facing dog pose. And we're going to take little tiny steps with the feet towards the hands and try to press your heels down to the floor or in that direction. Just noticing where you run out of room and rolling on up. Standing at the front of your mat in Tadasana. We're going to bring the hands in front of the heart. Step the left foot back so you're in a nice long lunge position, ready for warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Bending the front leg, pressing the back heel, lifting the chest, bringing the spine forward. We're going to bring the arms up by the ear. Looking up, reaching up. Beautiful. Bring the hands in front of the heart. We're going to balance on the front leg, but we're going to try and lift the back leg up behind. So what you might do is step your back leg in a little, balance on your front leg, keep your legs parallel and your hips level to the floor, and lift the back leg. And we try to make a straight line along the spine and the back of the leg. You might be able to take the torso closer to the floor, parallel to the floor even, lifting the leg parallel to the floor. Beautiful. And then we're going to lift up, swing the left leg in front. Whoa. And be balanced on the right foot. Lift the left leg high. Good. And then place it back down. Tadasana. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Feel the heart lift. Big step back with the right foot. So we want to lunge, ready for Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Straighten your back leg. Bend the left leg. Lift the belly, lift the heart. So we're reaching the torso back. Relaxing your shoulders. Dropping the hips a little deeper. And finding the flow of breath. Beautiful. We're going to bend forward and lift the back leg up behind. So you might want to just step the back leg in a little. Balance your left leg on your left leg and lifting the right leg behind. And we're trying to find hips level to the floor. Ooh, torso and leg in one straight line. Virabhadrasana 1. No, 3. We're going to lift up. Ooh, and bring the right leg in front. Lift the right leg high. Good, and then releasing. Standing back into Tadasana. Okay, a little bit of practice with the leg behind now to really activate the muscles in the back core and the gluteus. So stand with your feet hip width parallel, and we'll take the right leg behind again. And you're going to bring the torso as upright as you can, but keep your back toes off the floor. If you need them on the floor for balance, that's fine, but you'll be able to stand up taller. Okay, so we're trying to lift the back toes off the floor and not lean forward. Good. And then we're going to draw a little circle behind with the toes and feel the activation of that right buttock, the gluteus muscle, the right lower back. Good. We'll keep the hands in front of the heart, reminding us to stay spacious there, relaxed in the shoulders. Other direction with your circle. Keep breathing, keep lifting the torso, lifting the hips, the front of the hips. Good, and then releasing that side. Ooh. All right, so we lean back or reach back with the left foot now, which makes the torso lean forward, but then try to bring the torso to upright. Okay. And then we're going to make little circles with the left foot. Little circles. And then the other direction, try to use the left gluteus muscle. Beautiful. And releasing. Now we're going to stretch that out in a forward bend. Let's come halfway and put your hands on your thighs. Your knees are a little bit bent, you're reaching your torso forward. Make a back bend shape. Let the bones of your lower back embed forward, your middle back, and bring the chest forward and look up. Good, and then we're going to try and reach that back bend shape out and over the thighs. And hands can slide down your legs to where it feels good. Keep the chest broad, spacious, and keep breathing. Flow of breath, lengthening your lower back, lengthening, lengthening. Good work. And then we're going to lift up. We're going to take the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, and then Tadasana. Good. Take a stance with your feet underneath your hips. And we're going to lift the right leg and take the knee out to the side, behind you, back out to the front, and even cross it across the left leg. So we're going to try and draw a big circle with the leg moving inside the hip socket. See if you can envision that smooth head of the femur moving all around the hip socket and then the other direction. And when you take the leg behind you, notice you can use the gluteus muscle as well to lift that leg. Good. And then releasing that side. And then the second side. So we lift the left leg up and we take the knee out to the side and behind. Great big circle. And other direction. See if you can feel the leg bone moving inside. Whoa, the hip socket. Hard to balance. Okay. So now we're going to do a forward bend. And I want you to try and move the pelvis and feel that hip connection, the smooth, all of the femur and the hip socket. We're going to make a little bit more space. Bend your legs so you can really get the hips to tilt forward. And if your legs are bent enough, you might even get your ribs to touch your thighs. And then we feel like the bones of the spine are pressing forward rather than making a rainbow shape. So pressing the bones of the spine forward. Good. So there's lots of space in the hips. And then we're going to try and straighten the legs. And you can do one at a time, or you can do both together. The legs might not want to go all the way straight, but just focus on the resistance there. If you hold this for a few breaths, maybe you'll get the feeling that you can work into that resistance a little more deeply. We'll keep the back of the neck relaxed. And then try straightening both. Try bringing the bones of the spine forward, look forward. Good. And then we're going to roll up and feel how easily that the hip socket slide over the femur. All right, so when we're standing in Tadasana now, you might be able to feel that structure, the weight of the pelvis over the legs, and how important it is for the ease of the hips to feel balanced, for the torso really to balance over the legs, that we're not tipping forward and constantly using muscle to try and keep us upright, balanced. Okay, we're going to have a little go at kneeling down from standing. And the first part of that movement, if you're vulnerable in your knees and you know you can't do this from standing to kneeling, just do the first part, which is to bend the knees as much as your knees are comfortable with, to keep your legs parallel and to feel your quadriceps are working. Good. And the other thing you can do is even try and lift up onto your tiptoes. Good. If you're able to take your knees to the floor, you can use your hands to help you do that. You can even try not using your hands. I can try. I can imagine. And coming back up to standing. Let's do two more. So you're either just working in that first little part of the movement, maybe even working on lifting your heels high, or you might be able to take your knees to the floor. Lift your knees off the floor. And one more. Nice work. And then we are going to sit down and you can practice your sitting to squatting. Same thing, you just work within your range of movement that's comfortable for your knees and all the little parts of that movement that add up to your beautiful movement. We'll bring the blanket under the sit bones now. And we're going to bring the legs into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together and the knees out. Sit as tall as you can and use your hands to help you so they can hold your knees or your feet or even gently on the floor behind your hips and lifting your spine. And notice where the resistance is in your body. And as you hold this for a few breaths, notice if the initial resistance softens, maybe it stays insistent. And we're never trying to push if something hurts, but rather be curious about where you might be holding tension that's unnecessary. Nice work. You're going to put your left leg straight out now for Janu Shisasana. So the left leg stays bent. And the first thing we're going to do is twist to the right side in the direction of your straight leg so that we can get the ribs moving. Feeling the sides of the body lengthen. Let the breath be what you follow here. Follow the breath with your body, with your mind. We're going to try and keep the turn of the ribs, but start to reach your torso in the direction of your right foot. So we're reaching the torso over the straight leg. You can put your hands wherever they help you keep your chest broad. Turning the ribs, the right rib back, the left rib forward, and reaching the torso forward. One of the impediments here to folding your torso over your leg is that resistance in the hip joint. But you've noticed that if you really bring your focus into the hip joint, you can relax there so that there's a little more movement. Maybe where you feel the stretch is in your left lower back. And you take what you need from the posture for your lower back, for the kidney. Paying special attention to keeping the front torso spacious, the belly lengthened, the chest broad. Good. And then you're going to lift up. Beautiful. We'll take the left leg out to straight and bend in your right leg. Turning to your left side now so that we can really let the ribs follow the breath. Moving beyond that feeling of limit into the feeling of potential, spaciousness. Good, and we're going to keep that lovely turn of the ribs, but start to reach your torso over your left leg. Ooh. Mm. Can you relax in the hip joint a little more? Feeling that lovely, smooth surface of the socket and the femur bone as you relax the thigh, lengthen the belly. And reaching your right lower back just as far as feels good for you, bringing the bones of your spine forward. Keeping space for the chest, excuse me, and the belly. Good, and then releasing that side. All right, one more little sequence for the hips, our swastikasana. Take the feet out as wide as you can. So you're sitting not on your blanket. Take your feet wide, take your knees wide, and we're going to put the knees down on the floor on the left. And we're going to do this slow. Bring the belly, the center front, to face forward. Try to sit up as tall as you can. This is an extreme internal rotation. So you just take what you need. And we try to lift the belly and lift the chest and relax the right hip. Good. And then we're going to lift the right leg. And we're going to lift the right leg and take the knee as far as you can from your left knee. And then we start to take both legs to the opposite side, to the right, but don't close the distance between the knees. I hope that makes sense. Until your right knee touches down, and then you can relax the left knee in. All right, so we've got our internal rotation. The way we move right into the edge of that movement is by lifting the torso and turning the belly to center front, the chest to center front. And you just take what you need. But you're aware of the movement in the hip. The way that we protect ourselves with tension. And just noticing if there's some that you can let go of. Okay, and then we'll do back to the first side. Take the left leg up. Keep the distance between your knees. Keep the distance even as you start to take both knees to the left. Keep the distance. Oh, lovely. When you've laid your right knee down, you can even try and scoot the right knee back a little bit. You'll increase that movement. And we're going to turn the torso to the front to face forward. Relaxing your knee, not your knee, your shoulders. Good. And then the last one, lift the right knee, keep the distance, even though you're going to swap over. And then finally, you can relax the left knee down. You can even scoot that knee back a little bit if you're enjoying this stretch. Lifting your belly, lifting your chest. Trying to turn them to the front. Oh, good. And then we're going to release. Okay, and we're going to lay down and put your legs into bamboo pose. And in bamboo pose, have the blanket under your hips so that it helps you tip your tailbone up And it should feel like your belly is relaxed, not working, and your back's not working to hold your legs up. So have the blanket high enough and in a good position. If it just doesn't work and it's pulling your back, put your feet on the floor. If your legs are up, we get the opportunity to feel the hip socket with the legs in this position. So we're upside down essentially. And the weight of the femur presses down into the back of the hip socket. And improving the circulation to the structures of the hip. So important for hip health. So that the cellular renewal is effective in those smooth surfaces, a strong binding tissue, muscular tissue, bone. Mm. And putting all our bones in these different planes. We've done this same awareness in standing and sitting and now sort of upside down. So interesting to keep the bones healthy, weight bearing in all your dimensions. Mm. And relaxing now, shoulders and your back, and your belly. And one more little stretch while we're here. We'll bend the knees, cross your feet at your ankles, and try to put your feet down as close to the blanket as you can, and then your knees down towards the floor. If this felt like it was just too intense a stretch in your quadriceps, then you would take the blanket out. Otherwise, just enjoying that nice stretch in the front of your thighs, relaxing everywhere else. Mm. And then you're going to lift your feet up so you can cross your ankles the other way. When you put your feet down, try and get your feet in right underneath your sit bones or right up close to the blanket. Put your knees down and relax, relaxing your shoulders and back, chest and throat. Mm. And then releasing. And we'll take the blanket out and a little floor twist to each side. Let's do legs crossed. So we'll put the left thigh over the right thigh. Swing your hips a little to the left and take your legs to the right. And you can wiggle your feet to the position that just feels best for your back. Left shoulder blade down, looking over the left. Good. And then lifting your legs and putting your right thigh over your left, lifting your hips and swinging them right, and legs go left. And you're looking back over your right shoulder. Good. And then back up to center. And if you'd like to stay for the relaxation, then you're very welcome. Put your legs out to straight. Make yourself comfortable. If you need to finish your practice now, just hug your legs in for a moment and lengthen your back. And then rolling to your right side and coming up to sitting. And namaste to you. And if you've laid your legs out straight and there's any residual tension in your lower back, put your blanket underneath your thighs. So across your blanket, across your mat, under your thighs. And it tends to be relieving for that residual tension. Some people feel like a head support is necessary. Also, another little blanket or cushion there. We're trying to feel like the front and back of the neck and throat are even in length. So it depends on your anatomy. And then we try to feel balanced from side to side. As each place in the body is mentioned, bring your focus to that part of your body, your toes, letting them relax, your feet, and your ankles, and your lower leg, and your knees, and your thighs. Your hips, and your belly, and around your sacrum, lower back, middle back, between your shoulder blades, behind your shoulders, and your rib cage, armpits and shoulders, upper arms and elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, thumbs and fingers, the back of your neck and your throat, the base of your skull, your scalp, forehead, around your eyebrows and your eyes, your nose, your mouth, lips and tongue, and jaw, and your ears. Tuning in. Begin to take some deeper breaths now. Feeling your body supported. Feeling the revitalizing breath. And your potential movement, even though you're being still. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and bend in your arms and your legs. And roll yourself to your right. And then come up and have a seat. Bring your hand in front of your heart. And take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.